Messi now. Everyone on the edge of their seats. Messi going for goal!
Join the fun, the excitement, the build-up to the World Cup, Russia 2018. Join Sam and Bayo right here on this station as they review notable World Cup moments, participating teams, individual players, coaches, match officials, and many more. You don't want to miss Russia Roundup with your hosts Sam and Bayo right here on this station.
At last, Wayne Rooney has scored and the World Cup. It's an own goal. Brazil are behind off Marcelo. A nightmare start for the host nation.
There will be a global field in Group H at this summer's FIFA World Cup. Top seed Poland is representing Europe against South American giants Colombia, and of course African representation in that group, Senegal. And finally we have another giant from Asia, that is Japan, in that very, very exciting group as far as I'm concerned, in the Group H at this year's FIFA World Cup. Welcome to another episode of your show, our show, and of course the show that celebrates the beautiful game on this wonderful TV station, Vineyard TV, channel 15.8, right here in Houston, Texas. My name is Bayo and Arashi, and as usual, I have my friend, my partner, Sam Mbonu on the show today. Sammy, how you doing today, man?
I'm alright, Bayo. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, guys, Sam is bereaved. He lost his dad. Late Mazi Kenneth Mbonu passed away a few weeks ago. Sam, so sorry to see that, man. How are you feeling exactly about that?
Yeah, I'm in a great spirit because if I remember the legacy my dad left behind, I don't have no reason than to, be happy that he's in a better place right now, So even though, we mourning, my family is mourning, we bereaved, but we are in a high spirit because that man was a good man and he left a great legacy for his kids.
That's very, very exciting. And of course, that is the rule of the show, and of course, the rule of broadcasting. The show must go on regardless. So we wish from here, late Mazi, an eternal rest, and of course, may God rest your soul. Pa Mazi, because me I call him Pa. Anybody, if our parents could be 70 years and above, that's a very, very good lifestyle they have lived. So I'm sure he's in a better place, as you have said. Sam, on the show today, we are looking at Group H. This group has every continent represented. Yes. Maybe the Oceania is the only one that is not represented in this group. It has Poland representing Europe. It has Senegal representing Africa. I think that's a very good representation for Africa. Colombia representing South America, representing the Americas, of course, just to say. And of course, the Japanese representing
the Asian
Asia.
Nations.
What is your thought about this group before we look at those teams against each other? How are you feeling about this Group H? Who do you see as a top notch? For me, I think all the four teams have a very brilliant shot, and maybe, just maybe again, this might be another group of death.
I mean, I'm tired of hearing that word, group of death, group of death, because this group is an open group. Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. And if you look at Senegal and their team structure, they have players that can hurt either of these teams. If you look at Poland, they were seeded because they are ranked 7th in the world. But the fact truth is that Poland hasn't really achieved, enough. For them to be called the heavyweight in European soccer.
That was kind of strange to me.
It was strange to me.
I think Colombia definitely in the last, even though their first World Cup before 2014 was 16 years before 2016. But when they came to 2014 FIFA World Cup, we all remembered what they did. They went all the way, and it took Brazil to stop them at that particular time.
But I think why they were kind of ranked, they were kind of seeded maybe because they got to the quarterfinal in Euro 2016, before they lost to Portugal via penalty kick. But to me, that doesn't really count if you also maybe because during the qualifiers, they were able to, pull it off. But if you look at the group they were in the qualifiers, they don't really have that of strong opposition, in that group, but that group is open, is open to the four teams. Japan can qualify, Colombia can, Senegal could, and Poland, so there's nothing really fantastic about the group, despite the fact that it is intercontinental group with 4 continents being, represented in that group.
Wonderful. The first game in that group will be Japan versus Senegal, Sam. And this is very, very exciting for us, as you know, that first and foremost, we have to seek the interest of African teams in every of the World Cup groups that we have taken a look at. And that game will be at the Ekaterinburg Stadium, Ekaterinburg Arena in Russia. What is your thought? Not many bookmakers are giving Japan any opportunity. I've watched some analysis of this Group H online, and I see that Japan is not being mentioned, and I think they're not really respecting that big nation. With, I know we know them for being automobile makers, right?
But
at the same time, I think they've played some really good football in the past in the FIFA World Cup. But what do you make of that first game on Sunday, June 24th? Japan, Senegal.
I mean, if you look at how Japan qualified for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, they were in the same group with Saudi Arabia, Australia, UAE, Iraq, and Thailand. And apart from Saudi Arabia and Australia, UAE, Iraq, and Thailand very much of a position for Japan. You know, they topped the group 20 points from 10 games, and that was good for them, ranked 55 in the world. And they are being coached by a seasoned Yugoslav, Vahid Halilhodzic. You know, and what are their major honors? The last time Japan won a major trophy in the world, I'm not talking about the Asian Cup, I'm talking about a major championship, was in the Olympic Games in 1968 in Mexico City, and when they won bronze medal. And Japan narrowly missed qualifying for 1994 World Cup. Their first appearance was in 1998 in France, after they co-hosted 2 years later, 4 years later, in 2002, and they went ahead to exit the World Cup in the round of 16. So Japan, to me, Senegal here, I fancy them to nick it that day, because look at their lineup. Look at Sadio Mane, what he's doing with Liverpool, 8 games this season. Look at a host of other players, Diafra Sakho for West Ham, he's on 3 goals for, so there are a whole lot of other players, Omar Niez for Everton.
I think Sakho moved to France.
Yeah, he moved to France. He moved to Stade Reims, of France. Omar Niez from who played for Everton.
And they have a lot of players in Turkish league as well.
They have a lot of players in Turkish league. So Senegal, to me, they are better equipped, than Japan, for them to carry it. So that day, I give it to Senegal, because they have, and their coach Ali Cisse, he has been with national team
for a while, for a long time.
He knows the chemistry of that in Teranga Lions. He was in 2002 World Cup.
Yes.
So he knows how to pull his team together. We saw how they beat South Africa 2-0 in the final day of the qualifiers.
I mean,
going to Pretoria to beat them at home.
That team really looks. They look.
So
really
good. And guess who their goalkeeping coach is?
Who?
Their goalkeeper for 2002 World Cup, Silva.
I mean, Silva is one of the very, very emotional players. I remember him at the Nations Cup as well in Nigeria. Of course, he was in goal for them against Nigeria at that quarterfinals. Very, very emotional goalkeeper. And of course, that reminds me, Aliou Cisse. This guy has been in management, like it or not. He was the captain of that team at the 2000 Nations Cup in Nigeria. Of course, and he was also the captain at the 2002 Nations Cup and World Cup. But at the World Cup, I think he had more or less a coaching,
a player coach
role at the 2002 World Cup. Because if you remember those games, they played very, very well. Each time Senegal scored, he's always the one running to the late coach Bruno Metsu to give him a hug. So Bruno Metsu will only have his hands like that. We'll always be smiling. And of course, that guy went all the way to become a Senegal legend himself. Talking about Bruno Metsu now, what do you think about Cisse's level of exposure and readiness? But because I remember at the last Nations Cup that a lot of people were touting Senegal to go probably all the way and probably win that championship, but something went wrong at the knockout stage. Do you think he has learned his lesson? Because I compare this Senegal team to the Belgian team that we have in Europe, that they have an array of stars, but the challenge has always been how to put these players together to play as a team, as a strong force. Do you think Aliou Cisse has the capability? Because if you look at other African teams that will be at the World Cup, Nigeria is going with the German. Of course, we all know that. And Egypt is going with the foreign coach as well. So do you think Aliou Cisse has the needed mentality, exposure to be able to take the Senegal team all the way?
I think we do a lot of disservice to African coaches when they qualify their nation to a major tournament, and they will go to one backwater of European and bring a white man to a coach. You know, we saw when we brought Philip Chuse, when we brought this guy from Denmark.
Nigeria has done
we've done that. With Shoaib Amodu qualifying us like more than 3 times. And we will go to the European backwater to bring a coach because he's a white man. You know, I think Senegal shouldn't do that. Aliou Cisse, he is like a unifying factor for that Senegalese team, because he was there in 2002 when Senegal golden generation came together.
World.
You know, when this was the entire world by beating the world champions then France and going all the way to lose to Turkey in the round of 8.
Yeah.
You know, so Aliou Cisse has been around that Senegal football, so they'll be looking up to him now as a legend, as a star. So how do coaches get exposed? By attending international tournaments. So if they qualify their nation and you end up replacing them, they will never get that needed exposure. So if Senegal Football Federation will or gonna allow Aliou Cisse to take the Teranga Lions to the World Cup, I think it will be a good thing. Nigeria did it in 2014 when we allowed Stephen Kesh to take the Eagles to the World Cup, and we
didn't do bad.
We didn't do bad.
I mean, we achieved the same record with what we achieved in the past. I mean, with that second round.
Our best would have been second round.
Yes.
You know.
And he did it.
So Aliou Cisse is like a rallying, factor behind that Teranga Lions. So he will do good
for his team.
I believe he had learned from his mistake in the Nations Cup. And I believe with this group H he's in, and he has seen there's an open group. Poland, even though they have the top scorer in the Bundesliga.
Definitely, I'm sure we're still going to look at the top 2 teams that will qualify from this, because it's going to be a very, 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 like you said, open group, but also tricky as well. All right, guys, we will be back after this very, very short break. And this break we're taking you back memory lane to the 2002 FIFA World Cup. It was the first appearance of the Senegalese at the FIFA World Cup. That is the biggest stage any soccer player in the world wants to be. And of course, their first game was against the former world champ, of course, current world champion at that time. France had won the World Cup at home in 1998, and they also won the European Championship in 2002. And of course, in 2000, yes, thank you, Sam. And of course, they were having the first game. The commentators called that game. They said they gave them, I don't know why they used that word though. They said it was a cheat that France weren't supposed to play the first game of the tournament. But of course, you need to watch Senegal at 2002 FIFA World Cup in Korea, Japan, and see what the late Bruno Metsu did with that squad. We'll be back.
This is Russia Roundup with Sam and Bayo.
All right, welcome back. It is still your show, Russia Roundup, on this wonderful station. And of course, I'm here with Sam Mbono as usual. Every weekend, we always do this. And this show is also repeated every Wednesday evening on this station as well. But in case you missed watching it on TV, we have the episodes always on our YouTube channel. Of course, you can always see all the past episodes of the show as well. And it is also coming. Calling on you sponsors out there, come sponsor the show, come and brand your product and services. This show will be around till the time FIFA World Cup itself will start in the summer of 2018. And of course, remember, I hope you enjoyed that particular highlight that we brought to you when Bruno Metsu took the Senegal national team, the Teranga Lions as they are called, to shock the entire world, because it took Turkey to stop them at the last 8 in that just 1-0 was what Turkish got against them. Sam, Bruno Metsu, such a very special human being. I mean, he was just like every other normal coach before he came to Senegal to manage Senegal, and he took the nation from just pick some young boys. He discovered the likes of Elhadji Diop, Papa Bouba Diop, Salif Diao, Falilou Fadiga,
Henry Camara,
Aliou Cisse, Camara. I mean, those guys went on to live their dream, and now they are also carrying the nation one way or the other, either by having a football club. We heard recently that Elhadji Diop said he wants to do what President George Opongwe did in Liberia now. He wants to become the president of Senegal as well, because he feels he has a followership, and we don't want to remember his antecedent as a football player, but of course this is what he said. So what do you think, what kind of man do you think Bruno Metsu is? And of course, to cap it all, this man died accepting the faith, the number one faith in Senegal, Islam, till death. And he also said he should not be buried in his home country of France. He should be taken to his second home in Senegal. His body is actually resting in Senegal right now. Special human being, I think Bruno Metsu was.
I mean, Bruno Metsu came at the right time for the Senegalese football. Looking at the players we just mentioned, even though they were unknown quantity at that time, but Bruno Metsu brought them to the limelight in the Nations Cup. They went ahead. They beat Nigeria in the semi-final.
In 2002.
So and remember, we played with them in 2000 Nations Cup, and we narrowly beat them by when Julius Ahawa, came in to score that goal. So we saw what the team was made up of. Strong will, playing as a unit, putting their individual talents together. And Bruno Metsu, with his kind of play, aggressive, pragmatic kind of play, that going forward from the final, we were able to see Haji Diouf and Henry Kamara all attacking you with Fadiga in the middle, pulling the string, and Aliou Cisse, being the leader in that team. So we saw that happen. And against France, they held France on, even though France were a little bit unlucky, but Senegal got the lucky goal. And that was it. And that game, the one against France, boosted their morale for them to go ahead to the last 8 until Bruno Metsu, left them after 2002 World Cup and toured around some teams in the UAE for the Arab money. And he was one that replaced Maradona in our sale.
Yes.
And he was diagnosed with colon cancer. But before they could really for him to undergo chemo and other things, man, he died
really
in October 2013. But I was kind of marveled when he opted to be buried in Dakar, Senegal, after accepting the Islamic faith. That shows that Bruno Metsu came as a Frenchman and died as an African.
As an African, yes, that's exactly what it is. I mean, that shows how some of these guys can really show the very, very deep human side they have. May the soul of Bruno Metsu rest in peace. Sam, as we move on the show today, we'll look at the second game in that group that will be happening in Kazan on the same day, 24th of June, and of course that will be Poland against Colombia. This is another crunch game.
Another cracker.
Colombia, like I was telling you, I remember when we were discussing the group that has Panama with England and all of them, you were saying everybody is going to whitewash Panama. And of course, I'm still coming back to that particular group, and I would definitely coach you.
I will stand by my word.
Because I
Panama,
said the South American football cannot really be judged based on the name of the team or even just about the talent they have. I think soccer in those nations has really become like a religion, just the way we have it in Nigeria. Colombia, Poland are this traditional, apart from Germany, it's just a neighborhood, just very close to
neighbors to Germany.
They are very, very close to each other. I've been very fortunate to visit.
Yeah, that was why when during the Second World War, when Adolf Hitler, he annexed Poland. So because they are close neighbors.
It's a very, very, very close country. But this game, Colombia, Poland, what do you make of it? I think it really shows how tricky this group is, because the first game, as we know, is very, very crucial.
I mean, apart from Robert Lewandowski, I can't pinpoint any other Polish player who is doing. Yeah.
Piszczek is a right full back for Bayern Munich.
For Bayern Munich, fine. Right full back, beautiful ball. I know Lewandowski is their quote unquote is the living light of the Polish football.
Yes.
17 goals this season for 23 goals.
So far,
23 goals this season.
It might be more by the time this show is.
Yeah, 23 goals this season for Bayern Munich. Top scorer in the Bundesliga this season, and he has scored loads of goals, even before he came to Bayern Munich. So I give it to Poland, but I'm looking at a Colombian team that have, Radamel Falcao, James Rodriguez. They have these Barca. They are Bocanegra. They have Santiago Ares. They have Carlos Sanchez that play for Espanyol. They have Davison Sanchez that play for Spurs. They have arrays of players: Fernando Cuadrado, David Ospina, the Arsenal second goalkeeper. So Yarimina that plays for Barcelona. So they have players that can pull their individual talents together and hurt Poland. If you cannot give Lewandowski that true pass for him to make the kill, who going to do that? But if you look at a Colombia team that James Rodriguez can pull string and score from any part of the field, Gustavo Cuela, who played for Flamengo, even Gualucelis of Guillermo Celis of Vitoria Guimaraes, and Daniel Torres of Alves, Carlos Baca Villarreal, David Zapata. So they have players that can hurt Poland. So in that game, only if Colombia became complacent and not to go into that game as it was a cup final, Poland will upset them. But I'll give it to Colombia. They have what it takes to beat Poland on that night.
As we have always said on this show, that the first game...
And don't forget Juan Cuadrado. You guys signed for Chelsea.
Definitely, and of course, he's a starting 11 player for Juventus.
Juve.
So you can't really take him out. The first game, I go back to that again. It's going to be crucial.
It's going to be.
But on the spot, I think that's the first time I'm seeing that with you on the show. You said if Poland didn't take the game too seriously, they might go on to lose the game, because if they play on the intelligence of the Colombians, Colombia might end up defeating them.
Yeah.
But between the two games, Senegal, Japan, and Poland, Colombia, who do you think has the edge in those first two games? I think, for me, Senegal
has the edge over Japan.
Should beat Japan, and I think Colombia
should
beat Poland. I mean,
I mean, if you look at how the Colombians qualify, they finished fifth. They finished fifth in CONMEBOL. They finished fifth.
It was a tough qualification for them. It's always been a very tough qualification.
So you have to play Brazil. You have to play Brazil home and away. You have to play Argentina home and away. You got to play Chile. You got to play Bolivia. You got to travel to high altitude to play these nations. It was a round-robin game. Unlike in Euro, where the Polish, we are grouped in the same group with Denmark, Montenegro, Romania, Armenia, and Kazakhstan. And Kazakhstan made only 7 points, while Colombia went on a round-robin game against Argentina and Brazil, and they, were able to qualify. Meaning that they had more of opposition to triumph over to be in Russia, unlike Poland.
Well, that you've heard it from us there. I mean, we're just here to analyze those groups, and of course, it is going to be boiled down to what happens on the field of play.
Yeah.
From June, and it's going to be really, really, really exciting time at this year's FIFA World Cup. We take another short break now to bring you the FIFA World Cup qualifying rounds and to show you how Poland, how Colombia, and Senegal, how they qualified for the FIFA World Cup. You're going to enjoy this clip in particular, and of course we'll be back. Something special we're announcing on the show today, and that we'll be looking at next time on the show. You'll get to know about all of them when we come back.
Messi now, everyone on the edge of their seats. Messi going for goal!
Join the fun, the excitement, the build-up to the World Cup, Russia 2018. Join Sam and Bayo right here on this station as they review notable World Cup moments, participating teams, individual players, coaches, match officials, and many more. You don't want to miss Russia RoundUp with your hosts Sam and Bayo right here on this station.
At last, Wayne Rooney has scored, and the World Cup. It's an own goal. Brazil are behind off Marcelo. A nightmare start for the host nation.
Welcome back to the show. It's still Russia Roundup here on Vineyard TV, 15.8, Houston, Texas. I'm still hanging out here with my very good striking partner. I'm talking about Bayo and Arashi as we look at Group H, how on those teams, Colombia, Senegal, Japan, and then Poland will try tackle when that World Cup kicks off in summer in faraway Russia. Don't forget that as a viewer of this show, you stand a chance to be part of this program. You stand a chance to win a World Cup jersey of this Group H team we are looking at today. Just answer the question that you will see on the screen, and the question says, who scored Senegal first World Cup goal and against which team? It should be a complete answer. Send your answer to 832-856-7668. Once again, the question says, who was the scorer of that goal for Senegal and against which team? Send your answer to 856-7668. And the first person to send a complete answer will stand a chance to win a World Cup jersey of either Colombia, Senegal, Poland, or Japan. So be part of the show.
Well, you've had it there from Sam, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And that's what we'll be doing from now on the show till the FIFA World Cup arrive. And of course, this is also an opportunity for you again as a sponsor. And of course, if you have a product, you have a service you want people to know about, come to Russia Roundup, come talk to us. The number for sponsorship is on the screen right now. And remember the question Sam asked again: who scored Senegal's first World Cup goal, and against which country did they score the goal? That is a very, very important question. If you are interested, Sam, are we going to invite the international audience to be a part of this as well? Or you have to be an Houston, Texas?
Yes, you have to be local here. But if you are international audience, you follow us on social media, and you're able to tweet your answer to my Twitter handle at Sam Mbon or to
at Midas Soccer.
You know, if you win it, send your address to us. We're going to ship it to you.
And we're even hoping to make it even more exciting for you. Really, really exciting. If you also come second, if your question is second and you are home-based, I mean, you live in Houston, Texas right here, we'll give you that big, big opportunity to come sit here with us.
To join us on the show.
Join us on the show and talk, share your knowledge about the beautiful game
of soccer.
And of course, it will be a very, very exciting time. We can assure you. Sam, quickly, some news coming in from Russia regarding the FIFA World Cup. A few days after celebrating the 100th to go on FIFA World Cup, it's less than 80 days right now on FIFA World Cup in Russia. The outcome of the recent ticket sales period has now been confirmed with, wait for it,
all right,
568,448 tickets allocated following the second random selection draw. Sales from 5th December to 31st January. This is on top of 735,168 tickets following conclusion of the payment process allocated during the first sale phase. So the next phase of the World Cup has started, and it started 1st of March 2018. The FIFA World Cup is a very, very big investment we mentioned on this show. Remember, we have analyzed this in the past.
The
FIFA World Cup bringing a lot of money to whichever country has the opportunity
to host it,
to be the host.
I mean, a total of 356,700 tickets FIFA allocated in just 24 hours. So that shows that this might be one of the the biggest World Cup that have the biggest attendance. And also FIFA has also made an allocation of tickets available for disabled people and people with limited mobility in accordance with the number of special access seats available in the 12 stadium. For more information, please visit FIFA website. And also the payment method for FIFA ticket is through Visa. Your Visa card. So find out more about that on FIFA.com. And don't forget that the Russian government says that for you to be a part of this World Cup, whether you are a fan, you are a spectator, or you're a journalist, that you will have what they call fan ID. And this official identity document issued to fans. Fans are encouraged to apply for this free document as soon as possible after they have received their ticket confirmation email. So don't forget that this doesn't come from FIFA, it comes from the Russian government.
Well, Sam, just like what you said, I want to ask you this question, just a guess. Which country do you think has the highest demand of FIFA World Cup tickets outside of Russia? Just one guess.
Brazil?
No. Colombia, one of the country we are looking at today. Russians, France have demanded for 197,000.
How many have demanded?
132. Let me give you the countries according to the way they are. Russia is number one. Colombia, France, and it has been overwhelming. The demand is FIFA are not sure they can actually catch up with all of this. Colombia fans want 33,048, followed by Brazil. Your guess. They want 24,656.
Yes, sir.
Followed by who again? Peru. I told you, Sam. I told you about this country. I told you about some of these countries. 21,946 tickets they want. Germany, neighbors to Poland, they want 21,629. And even we right here in USA that will not be playing at the World Cup, Americans, how hard working we are. And I can say that with every boldness that Americans are the most hardworking people on the planet. Take it or leave it. If you want to believe me, come right here, come and experience it. We are the hardest working people on the planet. 20,000 347
even though they are not going
tickets,
to the World Cup.
even though they are not attending the World Cup. They want 20,000.
I'm not cutting you short, but hold on. I remember when Nigeria we made our debut in 1994. I remember we had a huge ticket demand. So I'm not surprised Peru, being World Cup debutant,
want as much as 21,000 tickets.
Such a huge, ticket demanding ticket.
Mexico is next, 18,000. Australia,
they love soccer.
15,000. Argentina, 15,000. And of course, one country has not been mentioned. I'm surprised you've not even answered. You've not even asked me why are they not been mentioned. England. We know they have the most glamorous soccer league in the world. They are also on the list. 14,000 tickets they want, 890. I'm not sure they believe in the Three Lions that much. So maybe when they get to the quarterfinals, the demand will probably go higher.
England,
and finally,
14,000 tickets.
Just 14,890, almost 15,000 tickets. Mexico, Poland is the last top 10 ticket, top 10 country with 13,686. This is huge.
I mean, with the injury to Harry Kane, I think that kind of is discouraging some Three Lions fans.
Harry Kane would definitely be back before the World Cup, definitely.
But he won't beat that Harry Kane we knew during the Premier League.
He will not. Okay, are you saying Neymar? He's not going to be the Neymar that you're going to have the World Cup. Sometimes the name does more damage.
He's out for 6 months.
The name does more damage, but we know what these guys can do with medicine, right? They will tell you are the brand of this squad, because even as of today, I think Harry Kane was the one that had the captain band of England in their last couple of games.
Yeah, so he was.
He's probably not official yet, the keeper of the squad. So many things will be on his mind. Neymar also for Brazil. Brazilians know that is their golden boy. That is their Messi. He has to be a part of the World Cup.
But in as much as Neymar is their golden boy, but I think he will not be the shining star of that team for the World Cup.
Who will be the shining star?
Philippe Coutinho.
Okay, coming from a Liverpool fan, I'm not.
Not because he was a Liverpool player.
That is a Barcelona player.
Not because he's a Barcelona player. Look, Philippe Coutinho will be the shining light
without doubt,
of that Brazilian team in the World Cup.
Brazil looks really good, and with the form William is picking up at Chelsea, with the way Firmino is playing at Liverpool, with the way Marcelo is playing for Real Madrid, with the way Casemiro is also playing for the same Real Madrid, I think that this World Cup will be a very, very big one. Let us not use a very harsh word on ourselves here. Finally, Sam, before we go on another break, this group, Poland, Senegal. Of course, we're still going to talk about the final game. Who are your top 2 picks? Just top 2 picks that will get out of this group. We know it's tricky. We know it's an open group. But who are your top 2 picks that for sure you feel have the edge?
Colombia, Senegal.
Okay, there you have it. Sam said it's going to be Colombia, Senegal.
Yeah, Colombia,
that will come out of that particular squad.
Yeah,
let's go for another short break on Russia RoundUp, and when we come back, we'll look at the final stage of the show today. And of course, don't forget, you have the chance to win the national team jersey of either of the team that we're looking at today: Colombia, Poland, Senegal, or Japan. You can win either of their jerseys by simply answering this question: which player scored the first goal for Senegal at their first outing at the FIFA World Cup in 2002. The player that scored that goal, don't Google it. I know you're going to do that. Don't Google it. The player that scored that goal, and of course, the country that goal was scored against. That is the question. And the number to send the text to again is H32-856-7668. H32-856-7668. And you can also tweet your answer to us, Sam at Sam Houston, Sam Mbono, and of course myself at Maida Soccer. Very, very simple. You're going to see it, and of course it will be very, very wonderful time with you.
And don't forget to add your name and your location.
Yes, very important. Very, very important. We'll be back on the show, but while on this break, we have something special for you again. We have all of the 171 goals scored at the Brazil 2002-2014 FIFA World Cup. That was the last World Cup. You will see some exciting goals. And believe it or not, all these goals, 171 of them, is going to be shown to you in just 5 minutes. Enjoy. We'll be back.
This is Russia RoundUp with Sam and Bayo.
Welcome back to the show. It is still Russia RoundUp. And of course, my name is Bayo Arashi, and I'm here with Sam Houston, as we always do it every week on the show. Sam, quickly before we round off the show today, we are talking about the final group stage in this Group H. Senegal, Colombia. That looks to me like the star match of that group. Not even Poland, Colombia, as FIFA have FIFA said the most important game. Well, we know the way FIFA are. They're not just looking at the talent sometimes. They look at
the ranking,
the total performance of the team, and the way they rank you, and that's what makes them to give. But I think Senegal, Colombia will be a tough game. Sam, that will be the display of stars at that World Cup. What is your take? Who will come out the edge? Colombia has the edge. They have the edge going. They have the edge in terms of the players, top players. James Rodriguez from Monaco, to Real Madrid, to Bayern Munich.
To Bayern Munich.
He has never had this lower. Radamel Falcao, like it or not, he's been, and you can't play with him in the 18.
He is the third highest scorer in the French League on this season. 17 goals for AS Monaco.
At his age.
Yeah, at his age.
And for a player that was on goal drought for almost 2 years.
Two seasons when he came to Premier League.
For 1 season,
he went to Manchester United.
Yeah, for 1 season, and then Chelsea for another season.
Then he came back to Monaco.
And
so that game, Colombia ranked 15th in the world. They finished 4th in CONMEBOL qualifiers, 5 times World Cup appearance, top scorer Adama Falcao in the French League One. This put them in a pivot position going into that game against Senegal. But Senegal is a team that plays as a unit. They pull their individual talents together, to form as a unit. And when you come across a team that can sit deep and play as a unit, it's very difficult to conquer. I know that Colombians have the talent. James Rodriguez, Falcao, Bocanegra, Bakara, and other things. But don't forget that they are coming against a Senegal team that are resurgent under Aliou Cisse. Look at what Sadio Mane is doing with Liverpool. Even though that Salah and Firmino won't be there to help him, but he have Moussa Sow. He has Andre so he has other players.
There's Idrissa Gueye from Everton.
There are players. They are Frasako from Stars Run. So there are players that will come together to help him.
They have Koyate as well in West Ham. They have a good squad.
I think at the end of the day, the two teams may share the spoil. I think the team.
You think it's going to be a draw?
It will be a draw, and that might be the game that may determine who will come out as a group winner in Group H.
All right, Sam. I think we have also done what every other analyst have done to Group H with Japan. I don't think we've given this team any benefit of doubt. But are you expecting any surprise? Do you think Japan might probably surprise every one of us at this World Cup against Poland? That will be their final group game. Because let's say, for instance, in their first game, they will be playing Colombia in their first game. Actually, they don't get 3 points in that group. Let's say against Senegal, we already said Senegal should nick that one. That means they've lost 6 points already.
And they're already going back to Tokyo.
That means they're already out. But do you think it's going to really be this easy for the other 3 teams in this group against this Japanese side? Remember at the 2014 World Cup, they went all the way to the round of 16.
Yeah, see, round of 16 is the moment you come out from the group stage, you're going to round of 16. Every normal team aspires to get round of 16. But what
are we being too?
We are not being fair to Japan, But I'm not writing them off. But I'm looking at Japan current setup. Fine, they have good players: Shinji Okazaki, Shinji Kagawa, Keisuke Honda, Yemi Nakamoto. They have some decent
Keisuke Honda.
They have some decent players, but the fact is that they are ranked 55 in the world. If they are that good, they are the lowest ranked team in this group.
But we have always said, Sam,
that we don't reckon with FIFA ranking.
We don't reckon because we look at where Nigeria is at the FIFA ranking. But somebody said Nigeria is going to win the World Cup, And I know you don't believe in that, but
no, I don't.
Some part of me definitely think something can just happen.
No, I don't.
Something can just happen. You don't think Nigeria can win the World Cup?
I don't.
But of course, we're going to look at that another day. So what do you think will happen? Japan, Poland.
Poland will be all losers game. Two of them are going home, just like formality.
So you think Poland will be out of that group?
They will.
There you have it. Sam said
they will.
Only Senegal and Colombia will make it out of that group successfully. Well, I want Senegal to be out of that group. And of course, I do want to see the same Colombia that we saw at the 2014 World Cup. I enjoyed watching them at the 2014 World Cup.
That was when James Rodriguez came back.
Yeah, but football is not played with mouth or with analysis or with just go on the field. And of course, the coach strategy and of course the players' commitment and passion will bring out the best in the other team eventually. We're going to round up the show from here today, but of course, before we go, Sam, what is your final thought on the show? My final thought on the show that we've been able to chronicle from Group A to Group H, and we've looked at the statistics, the possibility of a team qualifying. We will only sit here behind the table, behind the camera, and give our own input. By the end of the day, professionals will go on that pitch. They have 90 minutes to take care of business. So it's going to be a beautiful World Cup, interesting one. So just have fun and enjoy the World Cup. All right, let's have fun and enjoy the World Cup. You had it from Sam there. From next time on the show, we're going to be looking at the missing players. Where will the Sanchez be? Where will the Gianluigi Buffon be during the FIFA World Cup? And of course, we'll also go behind the camera. We'll go inside the beautiful cities of Russia hosting this World Cup and bring you some exciting pictures on the show. The show continues on this channel, and of course, till the FIFA World Cup, we still have 3 months before the World Cup party will begin. The Russia World Cup tour was in Nigeria a few weeks ago. Yeah, the World Cup trophy. And of course, we saw the president holding the World Cup, and he's saying the boys should bring it home. But of course, that's going to be the issue for another day. Of course, on behalf of Sam Houston, Sam Mbonu, and of course the entire production staff, especially Ayo here, always doing the great he can for us every time we come to the studio. My name is Bayo and Sam. We'll see you again, same time, on this same station. God bless you all, and bye-bye, guys.
I said I'm okay, I've been better, not sure if it's paradise. And if it's the small things that matter, then maybe it's where it lies. But we're looking for keys to this world, left my high rise, look back and said, oh.